Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about, come. All right, I want to talk about my country, Kenya, and my other country, Tanzania, our neighbor country, Tanzania. Yes, our sister Tanzania. Kenya and Tanzania are joined by the hip. Yes, it's like twin sisters, yeah? Whatever is happening in Tanzania, if Tanzania sniff, Kenya is affected. If Kenya sniff, Tanzania is affected. That's how it is. We love each other, yeah, and though we are different in how we do our things, but at the end of the day, we are sisters. Well, the things that make us different and alike, one of the things you can say our economy development. Well, in terms of East Africa, Kenya is known as the first with the biggest GDP, then followed by Tanzania. So you see, we are following each other. That's the reason I say we are twin sister joined at the hip. If Kenya sniff, Tanzania suffer. Tanzania catches a cold. If Tanzania sniff, also Kenya catches a cold. We are intertwined. All right, so also Kenya, we get most of our produce, especially food stuff, from Tanzania. When it comes to maize, we get from Tanzania. When it comes to vegetable, we get from Tanzania. Majority of stuff we do get from Tanzania. And the other thing I want to mention about Kenya that we get from Tanzania, of course, tourism. We do share that in terms of tourism. We have tourism in Kenya, we have tourism in Tanzania. When you talk of the wild-beast migration, they usually go from Tanzania to Kenya and from Kenya to Tanzania. So when I say Kenya is intertwined, we're joined by the hip, it's true. We are joined at the hip. So if anything, if we sniff at each other, we all catch us a cold. That's the reason why we are always sister to each other. We're always friendly. Even our presidents are friendly to each other, because we know no man is an island. We all need to live together cohesively so we can build each other together. Then the other thing, Kenya is known to be a friendly country. We are friendly, we are hospitable, we don't discriminate. We welcome anyone from across the world. Okay, let me talk about Tanzania. Tanzania is also very, very friendly. They are known to love foreigners also. They accept everybody across the world. And of course, they're just like Kenya. They love everybody. So everyone is working in Tanzania. Then the other thing I want to talk about Tanzania in terms of the landmass, it's big. It's bigger than Kenya. In terms of Kenya is big, but Tanzania is bigger than Kenya in terms of the landmass and everything. So, and then of course a lot of the areas in Tanzania, if you go the interior of Tanzania, it's not cultivators compared to Kenya, but in terms of development, yes, the number 2 in Kenya. They're following us and they're moving step by step, and if you're not careful, they're catching up. All right, in terms of tourism, Tanzania is also huge in tourism. Of course, Tanzania and Kenya were also affected during the COVID, the pandemic area. Of course, tourism was like non-existent. So of course, they also because there's corona across the world, so of course no tourism were pouring from Kenya. No, also at the same time in Tanzania. In terms of animals, national park, Kenya enjoy national parks across the country the same way with Tanzania. Tanzania has national park across the country. The famous one is Serengeti National Park, while Kenya we have Nairobi National Park, which is known all across the world. So of course, in terms of tourism, Kenya and Tanzania is very, very huge. So we are similar in that angle. In terms of peace, Tanzania is known as a peace-loving nation. It doesn't fight, when it comes to election, it's just peacefully. In terms of political demonstration, everything is also peacefully. So Kenya, in terms of Kenya, Tanzania is way ahead in terms of peace. Unlike my country, Kenya, because a while back, 10 years ago, we had a bit of an issue in terms of changing government. But I can say right now, courageously, that we are a peaceful nation. We changed the government just recently, we choose a new president, and we are right now enjoying our peace. And I'm 100% sure we've turned the table. Right now, Kenya is 100% a peaceful nation, and because we have learned from our experience for all the way back 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We've learned from that and we are moving forward. So everybody is into the idea of peaceful, loving nation where we grow together, we are united together as we hustle, as we struggle to sustain our lives every single day. Now, in terms of there's this thing that is different about Kenya and Tanzania. When you go to the shop, Kenyans will like to say, nataka kitu fulani, you know, I want this, I want that, I want that. I want that soap, or I want that perfume, you know. But for Tanzania, they don't like using the word I want or nataka. They usually say naomba. Okay, naomba. Naomba in English is basically it's like you're begging. Yeah, I'm asking you politely, kindly to give me something. You know, it's a polite request. While for Kenya, it comes more across like you're demanding. So that's the difference. And of course, also the difference between Kenya and Tanzania in terms of our manners. Kenyans are known to be more aggressive in terms of how we carry ourselves. We are more aggressive. That's the word I can use, to be honest. We like the reason I've just given you right now, the way when you go to the shop, our local shop, I'm not talking about supermarket, I'm talking about local shop, where you go in and you ask the shopkeeper to give you something, instead of saying naomba, or usually say I want that, because I'm buying from you, so of course I want you to give me this. All right, but for them it's more politely, respectful to say naomba kitu fulani unipatie, I want to buy something. Okay, so they are very, very polite, they're very kind, you know, that kind of thing. But as for Kenya, we're more aggressive. And even though we interact, if we talk to a Tanzanian and Kenya, it comes across the way we carry ourselves. And sometimes that aggressive in us, it's really when you meet someone who's very polite, some people can feel like you are really encroaching into their space, and then they may not be happy about it. All right, and then the other thing that I can talk about Kenya and Tanzania in terms of the way we interact, the way we love each other, I can say Kenya, Tanzania have come a long way. We have a history of over 20, 30 years together, and we have literally done so many things together. So we are joined at the hip. So whatever Tanzania need from Kenya, of course, Kenya has to do it to agree and give them. And of course, whatever Kenya needs from Tanzania, of course, Tanzania have to come to terms to an agreement and give them. Because at the end of the day, we work together. It's like twins who are joined at the hip. So if you don't get something from the other, so the other person will suffer from it, or and vice versa. So that's what I have to say about Kenya and Tanzania, our relationship. So I hope you enjoy it. So tell me, what do you learn? What is the differences do you see about Kenya and Tanzania? If you have any ideas, let me know. I'm waiting for you guys. Take care. Bye.